Okay, boxing fans, right now this is my prediction for Amir Khan versus Carlos Molina. Starting with Amir Khan, he has got 26 wins, 18 by way of knockout, to 3 defeats, 2 of which by way of knockout. Looking at Molina, and that's not the Molina we all know from light middleweight. It's Carlos Molina from lightweight. He is 17 wins, undefeated with 1 draw, and he's got 7 knockouts inside the distance. I hope people see this what it is, but obviously everyone doesn't, and they just love to bash on Amir. So this really is just a fight for boxer and trainer to implement stages in the change of Amir Khan from the fighter into hopefully Amir Khan the boxer. If he pulls it off, I'm not sure. I'm not sure really. Going straight into the advantages, obviously Amir Khan has got the power. He's more of a combination puncher. He does lack a bit of one punch power, but what he does do is he makes up for it in the ability to put a number of punches together in quick timing. You know, he's got a very good variety of punches at his disposal, and like I said, high volume ambush style. Very good fighter. Looking at the speed, obviously we also know that's about Amir Khan. He is known for his blistering hand speed. You know, his speed of attack is phenomenal. There's not many people at 140 pounds who can match it. The only thing is, he doesn't have that one punch power to really accompany it to make him some type of, you know, pound for pound type fighter. He's just your average world level fighter really. Boxing ability. Basically, Khan should be the better boxer regardless of how he looks to fight this fight. If he goes in there like the old Amir Khan, he should blast this guy out of there. But I don't think he will. I think he's going to go in and try and implement a bunch of stages that his team have got, you know, put together. A new defensive coach he has, and he's now going to try and fix some of the defensive flaws in his game. So hopefully they'll be working on stuff like the head movement or the total lack of head movement. Try and get Amir Khan to follow a game plan. Those are two of the things that I think Amir just really needs to sort out now. Obviously offensively he'll never lose his ambush style, and then hopefully Virgil Hunter will just look to give him the basics of an inside fighting game, try and plug up some of the holes he's got in his defence. Looking at the chin, and I give the advantage to Carlos Molina. To be honest, we don't really know how Molina's chin is, but by default it's got to be better than Amir Khan's right now. Amir Khan obviously does have this shaky chin, but to add to that, he doesn't fight smart. That's the main issue in his game really. He doesn't fight to his strengths, he fights to his opponent's strengths. He fights his opponent's fight. It's not hard to see why basically year 2012 was a year to forget for him. I guess you can't really fault him, the Peterson fight, but the Garcia fight was all of his fault, just because of how he went into the fight. You could see it through the training, you could see it through how he was going in. Realistically, he was doing alright in the first 2 rounds, but then when he got caught, he just had no answer for it. Obviously, it was a perfect shot. He goes down, and he's got heart, he gets back up, but that's about it really. You know, he doesn't fight the right fight. That's how it came down to. You know, if he stood on the outside and jabbed in and then jabbed back out, then he would have probably won that fight, but you know, that's not what happened, is it? Moving on to the heart, and Amir Khan has got a lot of heart. He's got probably too much heart, in fact, to make this a negative. Like I said, you know, he fights with a chip on his shoulder, definitely does. He takes whatever his opponents say to heart, and then he fights their game plan as if to say, I'm going to prove him wrong. Oh no, I can take a shot, I'm going to stand there and take shots. Why are you doing that? It's just not smart. You know, Virgil Hunter's actually already identified this as a problem. I think in one of the first interviews he gave, as when he said Amir Khan's his trainer, they identified that he cannot fight to a game plan as the main issue. He said less to do with the chin and more to do with the fact that he's fighting the wrong fight, which I guess is partly true, but I still think he's got a shaky chin. So maybe they've got to really do something to put him into the right type of fight. And I would suggest maybe putting him in a lot of sparring with bigger guys to really think, right, I've got to start fighting smart now. I can't really stand with these guys. That's what you should do. Well, that's what I would do. Granted, Amir Khan, if he gets put down, he will keep getting up until the referee makes a decision to stop him. Amir Khan's got no quit in him, and that's a good thing. Basically, your career is never over while you're still getting up. When you start staying down, your career is pretty much over. The thing is, Amir Khan's got too much heart for that. If you look at his complete opposite, yeah, and that's Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz doesn't have a bad chin, but he has zero heart. If you took Amir Khan's heart and put it behind Victor Ortiz's chin, you'd actually have a really good fighter. But we can't do that, unfortunately. So it's an issue, Amir Khan's chin. It's also an issue, the amount of heart and the fact that he fights the wrong game plan. If we can start getting Amir Khan to fight the right game plan and not to worry about what his opponent says, then Amir Khan's got a good chance of becoming a multi-weight world champion.